Benefits of sleep: improved health, cognitive function.
Are you getting enough sleep? A third of American adults are not. Adults need between 7 and 9 hours a night. But between work and family, that can be a tall order. But getting enough sleep is crucial to your health and well-being. Sleep helps you focus, boosts your memory, and gives you energy to get through the day. More rest for your brain means higher productivity. It can also help balance your moods and help you deal with stress. The busier you are, the more important sleep becomes. Getting the right amount of sleep can also help with weight gain and avoiding sickness. Your body needs energy, and if it doesn't get it from sleep, you may end up eating more. Sleep can also help ward off chronic illnesses like heart disease and diabetes. Want to stay healthy? Start by making a good night's sleep a priority.
Today, we're going to talk about the importance of sleeping and the 10 scientific health benefits of sleep. We're also going to finish with some proven sleeping tips that will ensure you get a full night's rest and make sure you get the right amount. Before that, let's talk about the health benefits of sleep. Number 1, not getting enough sleep is linked to fat. Did you know that lack of sleep is one of the largest risk factors in obesity? In a short study on sleep duration, researchers found that adults not getting enough sleep were 55% more likely to be obese. Worse than that, children were actually 89% more likely to be obese when not getting enough sleep. Lack of sleep's association with fat accumulation seems to be for a number of factors, many of which are listed below. Number 2, getting the right amount of sleep improves your hormones. Cortisol, your stress hormone, is lowered with the right amount of sleep. Elevated levels of this hormone over time is associated with poor skin quality, obesity, and a long list of other issues. Better sleep has also been shown to improve insulin sensitivity and raise testosterone levels, which will give you more natural energy. Number 3, good sleep improves the immune system. Another health benefit of sleep is helping you fight off being sick. In a recent study, people who slept less than 7 hours a night are 3 times more likely to develop a cold than those sleeping over 8 hours or more. Number 4, sleeping helps improve learning. In a Swiss university study, 2 groups were introduced to a new language. One group right before bed and one during the daytime. The ones who slept immediately after learning new material learned the language quicker than those in the daytime. So studying before bed seems to be a good idea. Number 5, good sleep lowers the risk of developing depression. In a study of twins, researchers found that bad sleep increased the genetic risk of developing depression. In fact, it has been estimated that 90% of patients with depression also suffer from some form of sleep apnea. Number 6, people who get more sleep naturally eat less. When you don't get enough sleep, the fluctuations of hormones cause greater cravings and worse appetite control. So if you're someone who's trying to lose weight but just can't stay away from the late night snacks, getting in more sleep is something that can probably help. Number 7, sleep helps us empathize with others. Another strange health benefit of sleep is a better understanding of social cues. One study found that those who are sleep deprived lose the ability to properly recognize expressions of anger and happiness in the faces of others. Number 8, sleep improves athletic performance. In a study of basketball players, a better night's rest improved the players' reaction times, speed, and accuracy. Now that we discussed the health benefits of sleep, let's talk about how to get a better night's rest. Here are the 5 sleeping tips everyone needs to know. Sleeping tip number 1, use blackout curtains and duct tape to black out your room. Melatonin, also known as the sleep hormone, is raised when the sun goes down to indicate to our bodies that it's time to rest. The problem is that streetlights, outlets, and all sorts of other unnatural lights confuse this hormone and trick it into thinking it's still daytime. Do a complete blackout of your room and you will notice a big difference in both the quality of the sleep you get and the ability to get to sleep. Also, computer screens and phone screens confuse melatonin as well. There are nighttime modes on these devices, but it's always best just not to use them 1 hour before bedtime. Sleeping tip number 2, have a routine. Humans are habitual creatures, and creating a systematic routine will improve sleep. Something as simple as brushing your teeth, reading a book for 15 minutes, and immediately going to bed is a habit you can build to make your sleep almost automatic at night. Sleeping tip number 3, use your bed for nothing but sleep and the occasional physical activity. Goes with the habit thing, but the moment you hit the bed, you want the body to recognize that it's time to fall asleep. So try not to work on your bed or spend any time on it when you're not resting. Sleeping tip number 4, use a pillow between or underneath your legs. This will help to maintain the alignment of your back and improve your posture over time. It will also help those of you suffering with lower back pain. There's no perfect way to sleep, but on your back is probably best as it helps maintain the alignment of your neck and spine. Sleeping tip number 5, napping is great. A short 20 to 30 minute nap lowers cortisol levels and is very healthy for the body. So bring back a little bit of your childhood and do a quick cat nap if feeling tired midday. Our last point is that the right amount of time for optimal sleep benefits is 7 to 9 hours per night. No less than 7 and no more than 9 seems to be the perfect amount. Got a topic you want the health nerd to cover?
We spend 1/3 of life sleeping. The following videos will discuss why sleep is important, what we know about the biology of sleep, and what are some of the common sleep disorders. We hope that you will have a better understanding of the benefits of sleep and how to make sure you are getting the right amount of quality sleep to maximize your health and happiness. You might have wondered, as many people do, why we need to sleep. Why is it so important? You will spend nearly 1/3 of your life sleeping. That's a lot of time. Think about it. When you sleep, you're unaware of your external surroundings. You lose all perception of the outside world. In fact, as soon as you fall asleep, most of your senses are turned off. You're unaware of the sights, the sounds, and the smells around you. This is an extremely dangerous state to be in, especially if you're prey to a larger animal on a food chain. This is why most animals find a safe place to sleep, why we as humans sleep in rooms in safe environments. Why would you naturally turn off all of your senses if sleep weren't critically important for maintaining health? This gives you reason to learn about sleep and all of its benefits. Sleep increases your concentration levels. This allows you to learn and focus in school. It boosts your immune system so that you can avoid getting sick. And thirdly, it increases your emotional well-being. During sleep, human growth hormone is released from your brain. It helps your body grow, repair damage, and build muscle. The most important function of sleep on the brain is its role in learning and memory. Memory formation is broken down into 3 processes. The first is encoding. This happens when you're awake and take in new information. The second is consolidation. This happens when you sleep and the new information is stored in your brain. The third is retrieval, which is when the stored information in your brain is accessed and recalled, or in other words, when you remember the information. The deepest stage of non-REM sleep, known as slow-wave sleep, is when memory consolidation happens. How does this work? Sleep promotes the formation of new connections between brain cells. These connections are called synapses. Synapses are where your memories are stored. It's been found that more synapses are formed when well rested versus a sleep-deprived state. Therefore, when studying for exams, you should keep in mind that an extra hour of late-night studying might be doing more harm than good. You might be surprised that while sleep is a natural process, more than half of all adults claim that they do not get enough sleep. This is why it's so important that you learn about the mechanisms of sleep. The amount of sleep you need actually changes throughout your life, depending on your age and how much energy you expend in a day. Infants need about 16 hours of sleep a day, while teenagers need about 9 hours on average. Adults tend to only need about 7 to 8 hours a night. The amount of sleep you need also increases if you've been deprived of sleep in the previous days. On average, you should get 1 hour of sleep for every 2 hours you spend awake. This is a 1-to-2 ratio. So, say your day is 16 hours long. You wake up at 7 a.m. and you go to bed at 11 p.m. This means that you should get 16 divided by 2, which is 8 hours of sleep. This is a good way to keep track of how much sleep you need on a day-to-day basis.
How sleep affects your brain.
Sleep is essential. You can't function or survive without it. While your body is resting, your brain is a flurry of activity. It organizes the day's events and files them into storage so you can easily retrieve them later. It also catches up on housekeeping, clearing away wastes that build up during the day. The more deeply you sleep, the more effective your brain is at cleaning itself. Adults typically need 7 to 9 hours of sleep for maximum brain performance, but many of us don't get it. Too little sleep negatively affects your ability to remember and concentrate. It can also make you moodier and more irritable, and increase the risk of anxiety and depression. In addition, going too long without sleep has similar effects to being drunk, impairing judgment and performance, and increasing the risk of accidents and injuries. Over time, a lack of adequate sleep may also increase the risk of dementia. To ensure you're getting enough sleep, practice good sleep hygiene. Put away electronic devices an hour before bedtime and do something relaxing. Go to bed at the same time each night and wake up at the same time each morning. Avoid stimulants like caffeine in the late afternoon or evening and alcohol and heavy meals before bedtime. Keep your bedroom quiet, cool, and dark. And try to get in at least 30 minutes of moderately intense exercise on most days, which can improve both sleep and your overall health. The better you sleep at night, the better your brain will function, and the better you'll feel.
Subscribe to our channel for more useful videos.